All right, YouTube, here we are, Tuesday night, Nixon's garage, building that rat stock car. We got some parts out, and we started setting them up. First, we took and we cut the floorboard out, so we had room to slide the transmission back into an area where it might work. We got out this old 454, this 400 transmission. It's got a blown head gasket, but we can put some head gaskets on it and get it back together. Then we pulled out our I-beam axle. We don't really like these wheels, but they're the only 6-lug wheels I had. So we set some on there just to get an idea about what it might look like. We spun the axle around backwards because, well, my daddy told me it always looks cooler with the drag link in the front. Well, he was the coolest guy I ever knew. So we turned it around that way. We'll have to make some steering arms. Obviously, we should convert to some disc brakes up here. That's not going to be that hard. So we're starting to think that this might be what it could look like. We laid some tape on here because we want to narrow the car because it's just too doggone wide to look quite the way we think it's supposed to. So if we can narrow her up a little bit, we'll take a little chunk out of the middle back here, a little bit wider chunk up there at the front, kind of squeeze it in a little bit. That'll make sure you know exactly where those fins are every time you look up. They'll be right out there looking at you. We're thinking about moving the rear axle back here. I found these slotted mags that I've had here, and well, I don't know. You never know. We might use those. They're kind of cool. But we're thinking about moving the axle back this far, and that'll give us a little bit more rake. If we set the body down on the ground, we can get away with about a 28-inch tire back here and not get into the fins when we let the air ride down. We'll have to experiment with that a little more. It may not lay all the way on the ground. We're thinking static in the front, air ride in the back. We can pick her up and down as we need. It looks like to us it'd be best if we extend this door on back into this area right here. So I want to do that. Make the door a little longer. We've got some ideas with the old roof. If we move that old roof back to here, we can put a flat glass in the back. It'll be like this. Then we'll build our post for the windshield right in here. We'll have a sloping back windshield, a sloping windshield that kind of wraps around the corners here, maybe with some straight up pillars. Hoping to wind up with a roof about this high in the front, coming on down to not much back here. We set in it all the time and see what it feels like, and by golly, it feels pretty good. We even had the roof set on there for a minute and set in it, and we still have plenty of head clearance. So anyway, the whole idea here tonight was to take some time and do it the way my dad taught me to do it. Let's lay it out, slide all the pieces into place, slide them around, front, back, up, right, down, left, move them around, and try to get an idea what it would look like if it was all set together right here. This is kind of what we came up with so far. We like it, so we're going to let it stay here for a day or so, and we'll make a decision for after that. We can tweak on it a little bit, move it here, move it there, as the next day or two goes by. If we get nailed in on exactly where it's going to be, then we can start laying out the lines to build for so we can start in on our chassis. I plan to build a complete tube chassis for this, probably build it out of some 2x4 tubing. I think I got some 188 wall, or that ought to be pretty good. Then we'll build something to bring this front end together. Probably build some our own radius tubes, radius arms. I don't know, I'm thinking they should be kind of square or rectangle, kind of flat looking to match the design of the car. In the back, I'm still kind of up in the air whether I want to do a 4-bar or a 2-link, but NASCAR goes really fast on a 2-link. It looks pretty cool, and I built a couple of those. So we wanted to keep you updated, give you a little idea how things are going over here, let you get a peek in on what's going on in our head. We've drawn 2 or 3 different drawings to make it, see what this looks like. And we actually talked to a young man here in town that might be doing us some rendering. That could come in handy. If we can get him to do that, we'll try to expose you a little more. Anyhow, here we are, Tuesday night. We got some progress made. We got some tires mounted up. We got the axle set in place. We got the floorboard cut. We got the engine set down in there with kind of an idea where it goes. It's just starting to look like something to us. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Become our friend on Facebook. Bring us your car if you need a little work done. We'd still do that during the daytime. Have a good night.